Today's Sally Field has spent much of her life in the public eye, earning admiration not just for her talent but for the sincerity and emotional depth she brings to every role, which is why sensational headlines occasionally claiming shocking photos tend to feel misleading when examined more closely. For much of her early career, Field was presented as America's sweetheart, first through cheerful television roles and later through deeply moving film performances that revealed her extraordinary range as an actor. Because that wholesome image became so firmly established, any moment from her past that is framed as daring or controversial is often exaggerated by tabloids, stripped of historical or artistic context, and recycled to attract attention rather than understanding. In truth, when images or scenes from earlier decades resurface, they are usually connected to creative projects, evolving cultural norms, or personal choices made during a time when Hollywood itself was undergoing dramatic change. The 1960s and 1970s marked a period when filmmakers pushed for realism and emotional honesty, challenging long-held expectations and conservative standards, especially for women on screen. What once seemed bold in that era often appears quite restrained today, yet the language surrounding it remains sensational because it fuels clicks and curiosity. Throughout her career, Field has consistently made it clear that her work was never about provocation, but about telling honest stories and portraying women as complex, fully realized human beings rather than surface-level symbols. The media's tendency to focus on appearances instead of achievements says far more about entertainment culture than it does about her choices. Rather than lingering on exaggerated moments, many fans and critics find it far more meaningful to look at how Field matured within Hollywood, gradually gaining control over her roles and becoming a strong advocate for authenticity and self-respect. Her performances in films like Norma Rae, Places in the Heart, and Steel Magnolias reshaped expectations for leading women and earned her lasting respect alongside major awards. When isolated moments are reframed as scandal, they ignore the broader story of a career defined by courage, discipline, and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, the fleeting shock fades, replaced by appreciation for an artist who grew up in public, made her own choices, and proved that genuine talent and integrity always outlast manufactured controversy.